Well, today we're going to talk about a real event live that is happening right now as I speak. A hurricane, Cat 5, that's the highest it goes, is hitting the shoreline of Florida, actually just south of where I live. Tampa dodged a bullet. Now my friends and I evacuated. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, and I'm actually going to share this entire experience with you. So this is why my video is posting later today. We were in the car at 4 o'clock in the morning evacuating. I'm going to show you what's happening here because the storm is heading directly for us, but by the time it gets here, supposedly it's only going to be a tropical storm. I will share all kinds of information with you. I'm going to let you know what's going on here. Yes, one of the big events that is one of many to come that could surprise you. I'm going to talk about that right now. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears and live an amazing life. I brought my hat with me. I brought a few things I love. My camera, because I wanted to share this experience with you. I've been talking about big events. One of my subscribers said, can we talk about something else? And I said, well, we could, but people are interested in what our future brings because we're in control of it. Now, am I in control of this? Who's to say that this storm didn't deviate and go south from Tampa because of some other unknown source? I'm going to share with you what Tampa, actually the area that I live in on the coast, actually right on the coast of the Gulf, what the legend is. There are sacred Indian grounds, burial grounds, and an Indian princess, and this is by the way, for a very long time, this has been, I'm talking decades and decades, people have known this about where I live, that an Indian princess blessed our area, and every single time we've seen this, and my friends have lived here, some of them 20-some years, the storm has somehow gone around us. What is that? So one of my friends said, well, if Indians lived here, it's because they know it's a safe area. So let's start with that. It is hitting right now Naples, a Cat 5 hurricane with record surges. Tampa Bay, tide went down, surprise, surprise, which means it eliminates surges. Surges is when the wind pushes water up. Well, if it rains from the hurricane and there's no place for the water to go, the winds actually push it up on the surface of everything, roads, everything, homes, and that's when it's a problem. Because the bay is now lower, the water is coming in, and actually it's the reverse effect, which the water that's coming down is actually going to go into the bay instead of up on land. Hallelujah. That was just announced this morning. Now, my friends, a couple of them decided to hunker down. Do you risk your life? You know, this is just what happens. My friends in Canada, I have a friend in Canada in this area who got hit with tropical storms, hurricane force winds, and they had worse than what we're actually getting in Tampa. What is that? It's so unusual. Expect these changes. Why? It's not because we're bad people and that we're all negative. It's because she's evolving and things change. And just like you, your body changes, things wear out, and you go into different stages. Now, the other things that we do to her, they count too. So we need to work with our planet and one another. What we do during these events is going to be huge. I am not afraid. I realize that if I lost everything in my condo, I got some clothes, I'll be okay. And so when you're not attached to things, you actually find things to be an amazing adventure. Now, I happen to have called some friends, neighbors, and said, I got the last couple rooms here in Orlando in this amazing hotel, and they grabbed it. Make decisions, and they always say the first ones that your intuition go to are the best. They said yes. We all got in cars at 4 o'clock. Was it yesterday morning? Yeah, yesterday morning. Drove here, missed all the traffic, and we've been shopping and going to restaurants and whatever. Today our rains are coming in, and so we're going to hunker down and just have a blast. We have an amazing restaurant. So this experience is turning into something fun despite the challenges. So not everything has to be traumatic. Yes, there's going to be a lot of damage and things. So we're going to pray for everybody out there, and I hope that you will too. There is a typhoon in the Philippines. Those people are not equipped like we are here in our state, and so therefore we must pray for them, and of course extend our love and do what you can for other people. These are the times that will define us. So I talked about our frequency raising. When we become this planet that is loving, I actually called people and we opened our hotel room and said, anybody wants to come, my friend and I will invite you here. Come stay, we'll figure it out. We don't want anybody in harm's way. And so sometimes it's inconvenient, and we have to be inconvenient, uncomfortable right now. And what you get in return is so amazing. When you realize what you've done, the greatness of that far exceeds the uncomfortableness of the material world. So I'm going to show you this right now, what we're looking at. And so this is, this is in Punta Gorda, Florida, and the eye wall is coming on shore, and you can see that you're not really protected much from anything in this situation because Mother Nature, you don't mess with her, she's powerful. And you know what, we must be humble and understand this. We're going to go through a lot of these events as I shared with you. I'm not a genius, for anybody can predict this. What we do within it is going to test us all. Are you going to worry and worry about your stuff? You know what? Just do your best, but let's come together and assist one another during these challenges. We'll raise the frequency and amazing things will come from it. Do you have an area blessed by an Indian princess? Well, maybe that legend has kept us protected because we believe it. Actually, my friends who aren't even into all this stuff that we talk about, they actually believe that that is part of why we keep getting protected, because so many people believe the legend. I think there's something to it. And Indian tribes, indigenous Indian tribes all over the world have demonstrated that their powers have been able to change the weather. Start focusing right now on the peace and the love, respecting nature, not trying to stop her, but allowing her to do her thing and evolve, but allowing us to work with that and maybe lessen some of the damage that happens. I'm actually filming what's happening here. The people that are coming here, what they're saying, I'm going to film the weather. I'm going to show you what's happening out here, and so that you can see as it progresses. The traffic is cleared. Orlando Airport just closed at 10:30 this morning, so the people here, we have some New Yorkers here and other people, tourists, are stuck with us, and we invited them into our circle. We have a little section down in the lobby, and we're having, a cocktail party tonight, and we invited all of these people in. I'm getting to meet amazing people. The experience that you have from these things, you'll look back and realize, wow, life changed for me at that moment. So send us your blessings. I hope you will. I send you mine, because all of us will be challenged, and it doesn't have to be a bad thing. Change allows us to be spiritually amazing and evolve. So let's go into that space. Again, if you guys, is it right here? My free videos. I have an event October 22nd called the Transformation Event. It's 3.5 hours live with me, including Q&A. You also get a whole year of the training that goes with that, so that we can transform. It's going to be very important this next year that we transform into detachment from the material world. You will actually be more abundant when you do that. Why? Because you're not thinking lack and I have to have. That is an emotion and a directive that says, I don't have enough. I'm afraid of losing it. When you let it go, it comes to you, and people will give you things, and people will come into your life, and that's what's happening for all of us here. So I hope that you go into that space, because it's a beautiful one. It's your choice. Also, I hope that you'll subscribe. I would love your support. This is how I stay on YouTube and allowing to get my message out, my purpose, and that is to tell you that everything has amazing, wonderful purpose. These are not bad things happening to us. They are what we chose in a very trying time on this planet. that could be the most transformational, beautiful thing. If you join me in October, I'll teach you how to do that. You'll actually go into a spiritual, amazing space, and when these things happen, you'll see the amazing opportunity for you to go into abundance, love, peace, compassion, raise your frequency, and thus you affect me and everyone else. These, right now, I'm earning money online because I have businesses that run no matter where I am in the world. I'm here, I'm going in my car at 4 o'clock in the morning, relocating, evacuating, but guess what? My businesses are running because I have an internet connection. So I want you to know that this is the sign of the times. How we earn our money and doing it in a way that we love. You got to get those skills. This is why I promote it. And those of you who don't want to spend money doing that and complain about it, that's your choice. But I know that the students come over, like myself, have done amazing things and actually flourished more than they did in their regular jobs. It's up to you. It's training. Go get skills. Go into a new world that may be uncomfortable for you. It's not for everybody, but I'm going to tell you what, we're going to function very differently coming up very soon. You're going to see a lot of other big events that are going to surprise you. All right? I'm going to share my journey with you. Thank you so much for being on my channel. You are a blessing. And Landria Onkka signing off. You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings, my beautiful friend. Namaste.